It's been about a month. Um, Nothing major really happened to me. Just, I mean, you know, when I go a long time without making videos, sometimes it's just I get occupied doing nothing. That's what it is. And I mean, sometimes there's just nothing to make videos about. I mean, yeah, fucking, I feel like nothing really happened this month. I mean, I'm a week late on the King Von album or mixtape. I'm sorry, but sorry, okay? Uh, it's still pretty new, it's still pretty relevant. Grandson, Volume 1 by Chicago's very own King Von. King Von, I believe he signed with Lil Durk's people. Because I thought he was GBE at first, but he's not. He's not GBE. He's OTF. Uh, the track listing. It's only like 40 minutes long. Really not that long of a mixtape. Do I think it's a good mixtape to start off with? Hell yeah! I mean, this boy he snapped with Grandson. Of course, I got to give you guys my favorite song, "Went Silly," "Crazy Story," and "Crazy Story Part 3. In reality, it's only two parts because "Crazy Story" and "Crazy Story Part 2." Well, "Crazy Story Part 2" is just a remix with Lil Durk on it, and "Crazy Story 3" is, you know, the continuation of "Crazy Story." Uh, "Crazy Story 3" sounds pretty much almost like "Crazy Story." Uh, but it is a very interesting song. Um, you know, the famous line, "Not from 63rd." Uh, this track really didn't have that many features other than Dirk and one track, Jet, with Buka 600. Uh, I mean, this whole album, I mean, I think for a starters, like I don't know if this is an album or a mixtape. I'm pretty sure it's just a mixtape. I don't know, because sometimes Apple Music isn't like clear about like if it's an album, if it's a yeah, it's an album, yeah. So his album, I mean, I think it's a good album to start off with. I mean, now he's made into the mainstream. You know, I mean, he's big in Chicago. I mean, obviously, I mean, most rappers that are, you know, if it's like a rapper, a Chicago rapper that's kind of like getting big in the mainstream, that means he's already big in Chicago. Like he's like one of the best in Chicago. I mean, you hear everybody listening to King Von. I mean, everybody. I mean, I could think of like I remember one of my friends pulled up on me when I because we went outside for PE, and like right away I heard the Crazy Story Part 3. I'm like, damn, everybody listening to Crazy Story Part 1, 2, or 3. Personally, I like 2 better because obviously it has Dirk on it. And 3 is good too. I mean, they're both equally good. They're not like, oh, one is better than the other. They're both good. But one song that I will say was overrated, I like it. I mean, now I've grown to like it, was What It's Like. That song. I'm not saying it was bad, but I feel like it's just overrated. It's really overrated. But I mean, the rest of the album, Hoes Ain't Shit. That's another one of my, you know, one of my more favorite tracks from the album. Uh, I mean, he snapped. I mean, King Von really snapped on this album. I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, I told you guys, you know, this isn't like fucking like Kendrick Lamar or something like that, where that nigga got like a deep message in every single song. I mean, yeah, I mean, King Von obviously got music. I mean, he also got storytelling in his music, but like he's also like a street person too. So if that's what you're into, you know, I recommend it. If I had to rate it, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Should you check it out? Yeah, I'd say if you're not into that kind of music, check it out. It's only 40 minutes long. It was a little bit under 40 minutes actually. Um, And yeah, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned.